Okay, so here we have a question about quadratic graphs. And first of all, we need to complete this table. Now, got to be careful doing this because there are a lot of negative numbers involved in here, and wherever there's a negative number, there is a potential mistake. So I'm going to help myself a bit. I'm going to use the value of x squared, and so I'm going to write down the values of x squared just to help me. So if x is minus 4, then x squared is minus 4 times minus 4. So that's the product of two negative numbers, so that's going to be plus 16, plus 9, plus 4, plus 1, 0, 1, 4. So to work out the value of y, I've got to take the value of x squared, add the value of x, and then take away 3. So for this number here, that's going to be 16, add minus 4, which is 12, because adding minus 4 is taking away 4. So that's 12, take away 3, which is 9. For x equals minus 3, we've got 9, add x, add minus 3, which is 9, take away 3, which is 6, take away another 3, which is 3. The next two have been done for me. So let's go on to 0. 0 squared is 0, add x, which is 0, take away 3 gives me minus 3. And x equals 1, I get x squared, which is 1, add x, another one, 2, take away 3 gives me minus 1. Now, a couple of things to notice here. You'll notice that if I draw a dashed line there, then we've actually got symmetry in that line there. Minus 3, minus 1, 3, and if we carried on there would also be a 9 there. And that's always going to be true of quadratic graphs. Okay, that's an important point. Now, something else which you might not know is that we could have done this in a very nice way on the calculator. So if I turn my calculator on, you might not be able to see this, but look closely. I'm going to use, if I press the mode button, I'm going to choose the option 7 there that says table. On your calculator, table will be a different number than that, but after pressing mode, choose the table option. And then you get your calculator says fx equals. Now I'm going to now enter this x squared plus x minus 3. Now to get the x symbol on your calculator, you press the alpha button and then the closed bracket, which you can see has got a red x above it. So I've got x and then squared plus x minus 3. And when I've entered that, I'm going to press equals. It's going to say start, so that's my first value on the table, which is minus 4. And then I press equals, and I'm ending at 2. So I press 2 equals, and the step, well, I'm going up each box, I'm going up by 1 each time in the x values. So step is 1, it's usually set to 1, so I press equals. Now, what we've got here now is the same table as in the book. It says x there is minus 4 and f of x, it gives me the value 9. X is minus 3, f of x equals 3. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 3. 0, minus 3. 1, minus 1. 2, 3. Okay, so we can produce exactly that table using the table function on your calculator, which is a useful thing to know how to do, and I thoroughly recommend that you learn how to use the table function. It's important that you know how to turn your calculator back to its normal mode, so press mode and then choose, I think it will always be option 1, it says comp, and that takes my calculator back to where it was. Okay, now we've done that, let's plot the graph. So when x equals minus 4, y equals 9. So I'm going to put a cross there. When x equals minus 3, y equals 3. And I'm going to put a cross there. When x equals minus 2, y equals minus 1. So that's down here. When x equals minus 1, minus 3. When x equals 0, minus 3 again. When x equals 1, we've got minus 1, and when x equals 2, we've got 3. So we have got this curve here. It goes like that, down and like that. Now, to draw a curve like this, it's always best to have your hand in the on the inside of the curve, so it's always curving towards you. So I'm just going to actually get up and walk around the table to do the first half of that graph. So I'm over here now, and I'm going to go down. Now, it doesn't go straight between those points, it goes down between those points, up through there, and up to there. And then around here, it goes down through there, and your curve should be as smooth as possible. That's not awfully good there. I've made a bit of a mess of that. Okay, try not to go over yourself like that. Okay, but there is our nice smooth curve of the graph y equals x minus x squared. Now there's still more that you could be asked on a question like this. For instance, it might ask you, for what values does x squared plus x minus 3 equal 0? Well, that's saying when is this graph, when is the y value of this graph equal to 0? Well, the line y equals 0 are all the points whose y coordinate is 0, which is the x-axis. So we've got that point there and that point there. So that's about x equals minus 2.3, or x equals, there's another one here, about 1.3. Okay? And I can, on my scale, I can read to about the nearest 0.1. Or you could be asked a question like this: x squared plus x minus 3, equals 3. X squared plus x equals 3. Well, I can rearrange that by taking away 3 from each side. I get x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0, which is exactly the same equation as above, so it has the same solutions. Again, or it might ask me, when is x squared plus x equal to 10? Okay, and that can be arranged to x squared plus x minus 3 equals 7, taking away 3 from each side. So, well, when is this equal to 7? Let's draw in a dashed line here. I might need to extend this graph up a bit like that. And I'm given the values, say, of here and here. So this is about x equals 2.9, and this is about x equals minus 3.6. Okay. Now, I've not drawn my graph very well there. I don't think that's too accurate, but that's how to solve a question like that.